Okay, thank you for watching. I hope all of you are enjoying a beautiful day. It is going to be 50 degrees today here in Flagstaff. I am super excited about that. I'm actually getting kind of hot. I've adapted well since living in Southern California, thankfully. It was very, 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 very cold at first, and now I'm starting to enjoy it much more, so that's a bit of a relief. Today I am going to read a story. It is called Play With Me, and it is a Caldecott honor book. It was written by Marie Hall Ets. This book was selected by Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Wow, I didn't know she had an imagination library. It says Blue Ribbon Selection, and here's a picture of it. Let me go back so you guys can see it. And there's the Imagination Library. That's so cool. I'm going to set you guys right here so that you can see me and you can see the story. How's the sun? Let's see with the lighting. Come this way. There we go. All right. Is the book upside down? The book is upside down. Oh, Christina. Play with me. It's a beautiful book. The story and the pictures are both by Marie Hall Ets, and it was published by Puffin Books. When we read stories in the Montessori classroom, we always show all parts of the book, and we often spend a lot of time simply looking at the pages. We talk about the year it was published. We talk about any dedications the book may have. We give the children an opportunity to ask lots and lots of questions. It looks like this book was copyrighted in 1955. Wow. This book is almost as old as Nana Sandra Houston. The sun was up and there was dew on the grass, and I went to the meadow to play. She's so cute. I love these illustrations. They're darling. And you can see the sun shining in our video. Let me see if I turn it. That might help a little bit. There we go. That's better. A grasshopper sat on the leaf of a weed. He was eating it up for his breakfast. "Grasshopper," I said, "will you play with me?" And I tried to catch him, but he leaped away. A frog stopped jumping and sat down by the pond. I think he was waiting to catch a mosquito. Oh, look how she's kneeling down, watching, observing the frog very carefully. "Frog," I said, "will you play with me?" And I tried to catch him, but he leaped away too. A turtle was sitting on the end of a log. He was just sitting still, getting warm in the sun. "Turtle," I said, "will you play with me?" But before I could touch him, he plopped into the water. Oh, that's a good phonetic word. Plop. A chipmunk was sitting beneath the oak tree, shelling an acorn with his sharp little teeth. I like chipmunks. They're very tiny. They're a little bit tinier than squirrels. You can tell they're chipmunks because they have stripes on their back. And most squirrels are only one color. Chipmunk, I said, will you play with me? But when I ran near him, he ran up the tree. You can see the rocks and the tree and the chipmunk and the weeds and the grass. It's beautiful. A blue jay came and sat down on a bough and jabbered and scolded the way blue jays do. Is it the bough of the tree or the bow of the tree? I think it's the tree bough. You can see the pond in the background as well. I think it's right there. There's the pond. Blue jay, I said, will you play with me? But when I held up my hands, he flew away. A rabbit was sitting behind the oak tree. He was wiggling his nose and nibbling a flower. Rabbit, I said, will you play with me? And I tried to catch him, but he ran into the woods. Oh, look at that beautiful picture of the woods. It looks like it's starting to get denser. The rabbit's going so fast. Wow. A snake came sneaking through the grass, zigzagging and sliding the way snakes do. Snake, I said, will you play with me? But even the snake ran away down his hole. None of them would play with me. So I picked a milkweed and blew off its seeds. Is the milkweed plant the same as a dandelion, I wonder? Milkweed, I believe, is a thistle. Might have to look that up. Then I went to the pond and sat down on a rock and watched a bug making trails on the water. And as I sat there without making a sound, Grasshopper came back and sat down beside me. Then Frog came back and sat down in the grass, and Slowpoke Turtle crawled back to his log. Oh. And Chipmunk came and watched me and chattered, and Blue Jay came to his bough overhead. And Rabbit came back and hopped around me, and Snake came out of his hole. Wow. And as I still sat there without making a sound, so they wouldn't get scared and run away, out from the bushes where he had been hiding came a baby fawn and looked at me. You have to be very, very, very quiet in the forest in order for a fawn to come out. I held my breath, and he came nearer. He came so near I could have touched him, but I didn't move and I didn't speak. And Fawn came up and licked my cheek. Oh, now I was happy, as happy could be, for all of them were playing with me. Imagine if every preschool child received a book in his or her home every month for the first 5 years of life. Imagine the excitement those children would have in receiving those gifts. Imagine if this 60-volume library was absolutely free to the child and his or her family. Now imagine that this is a reality. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is a unique program that began in Dolly's home county in 1996. It mails a new age-appropriate book into the homes of children every month from birth to age 5. Dolly wanted her program to be a personal gift for all children that came directly to them. Dolly's Imagination Library is designed to inspire the love of reading and learning in children by spending time with family and friends, sharing these wonderful books together. Dolly understands that reading is the key to a strong education and that a child's imagination is the center of his or her dreams and creativity. By combining the two, this program inspires children to dream more, learn more, care more, and be more. Dolly's Imagination Library was such a success that she decided to open up the ability to replicate the program to communities in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. At the heart of this effort are the local sponsors who register the children and cover the cost of the books and the postage. The generosity of these local organizations is the reason why these books are made available free of charge to participating families. The sponsor's name appears on every book label so the families receiving the books can recognize and appreciate who is offering this gift to their children every month. It says, courtesy of the Dollywood Foundation. And then there's a picture of Ms. Dolly Parton. She's a famous country singer here in the United States. So I wanted to point out that I would be observing the children as I'm reading the book, and if they grew restless or they didn't seem interested anymore, I would give them the opportunity to go and do something else. So if you're reading a book to your children at home and they seem to be slightly interested, but they're kind of distracted, pay attention. And usually it's a minute for each year, depending on how fascinating you make the story. You can always incite interest. That's in our teaching albums. You incite interest by paying attention to what parts really fascinate them. So if they get excited about the turtle, you point out the turtle and you talk a little bit more about turtles. And they may want to go do a project on turtles and leave the story altogether, and that's okay. It takes a lot of patience, care, and understanding to observe and follow the child. And you have to put yourself in their shoes and think about what they would like to do. I hope that you all enjoyed this story. Play with Me. It's a Caldecott Honor book by Marie Hall Ets. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you again for watching.